I hope y'all are well today. We're back and we're playing some more Passant. What do we want to do here? I think we want to get hard mode, rank limits, and go second. So our opponent's going to play the first move, and then I guess we'll just play this on the normal setup. This is going to be something else. Okay, so as always, we're going to do challenging because why not? And let's see what we can do. I think this is going to be the same, uh, you know, attempt that we always have. I'm going to play this pawn to the light squares because they have a dark squared bishop. And I'm just going to protect it. And I think I'm just going to get a nice light squared pawn chain set up. And we'll sort of treat it as if it's a puzzle. I'll offer a trade. They take it, which is good for us, I think. Let's keep this pawn pushing. And I'm going to get the courtesan involved also. So if we bring her here, obviously she's the one that makes sure that they stay frozen. So I'm just going to keep bringing her in. And then now I'm going to start bringing my king in. They move to this side, which is fine. I think I'm going to keep my king back here so that he can watch out for the back of this pawn chain. And I guess I could just start pushing the pawn. I don't really see any reason not to. They're attempting to sort of go around. I'm just going to protect this pawn chain. Nothing too bad. They could have forked these two pieces, but I don't really think it matters because we're going to get promotion regardless. At this point, they've just let us get full on promotion. So we're going to check. And honestly, check again. They can take my courtesan, but that's okay. I'm just gonna let them. Oh, they didn't even take it. Okay. I just want to get the 6 checks in a row. I think that's the easiest way to win this. So that's what we're gonna do. That should make 6. Yep. Okay. Well, we've got a good start here. But yeah, how y'all doing? This has been a very interesting week / month / whatever for me. So hope it's also been a interesting week / month / whatever for you as well. But yeah, I guess we'll take this ice coin. I think that's good value. I mean, we need pieces, right? We're it's unlikely that we're gonna get through much of this without some sort of piece. Dragon Bishop, what's its deal? Oh, okay. I remember what it does now. I mean, maybe we just take a regular knight, right? I don't necessarily want the Dragon Bishop. I kind of just want a knight. Let's reroll. I don't usually reroll, but... Ooh, there's the Amazon. So we freeze those, for sure. I could get another queen promotion coin. But... I don't know about that. I think we just save the money because I want the Amazon. Let's go into the next round to see what they do. Okay. Oh, they just took a pawn immediately. That's a little bit weird. Let's get the courtesan over there to freeze this rook. Yeah. And then I think maybe we just move the king over and go get it. It's fine. We'll just protect our pawn chain. And let's just go get the rook. I mean, if they don't protect it here, one would think that they would, right? Now we're threatening to take. We do take. So I don't know how on earth they thought that was a good idea, letting us take that. Maybe it was just the fact that they didn't want to pin down their other rook. But yeah, silly mistake, computer. Silly mistake. Let's get our knight involved. Check this king. And now... Oh! That was a bit of an accident. We wanted to get this pawn rolling all the way. Now we can get this pawn rolling. And yeah, there's no way that this rook is going to stop all these pawns, so we should be fine. 2 pawns on the 6th rank. It's going to be tough for our opponent. Now we get him to the 7th. Interestingly enough, it feels as if the computer... Maybe the computer just knows that it's lost, so it's not trying as much as it could. You would think it would at least try to trade off for one of these pawns, right? But maybe not. So we're just going to take the rest of these pieces. And there we go. Maybe it's just because it's one of the first levels, right? Maybe we should be happy that that the first few levels are relatively easy. $10. Do we save it? We could buy this rook. That would put us at 5. We'd still be a little bit out of the way to get the Amazon, though, next round. So I think we skip again, which is... Oh, we would have gotten $8. I forgot about that. That's okay. So they made some of our pieces unstable. I'm just going to create a pawn chain. I think that's maybe wise. Get our pawns in the game. Get our courtesan in so she can protect our pawn. And yeah, let's just get our pawns on a dark square chain. It doesn't matter what squares it is really, because obviously they're knights, right? They don't have bishops, which is one of the things that knights have over bishops. The fact that they're not tied to one square, which is interesting, especially because you hear a lot of people say, oh, bishops are a little bit better than knights or whatever, right? And I hear that and I'm like, are they though? Because I've always preferred knights. I think even in an in-game, I've always preferred knights, because I know that, for example, if I have a knight for my opponent's bishops, I know that I can just put my pieces on the opposite square. So if they have a light squared bishop, I can just put all my pieces on dark squares. And if I have a knight, I can always switch between which squares I use, right? So in my opinion, I think we're gonna promote this to a queen, by the way, but and I think it's actually quite good, right? I think the knight. But to be fair, though, I get why people say everything with the bishop. You know, it's just kind of weird because I'm so used to saying I'd rather take a knight in this situation, right? Because it just seems so much more versatile. But you know, hopefully you don't take that as like a super hot take or anything. It's just my thing. Okay, so if I promote this, they go knight here, and I check, they can bring the knight back. But I don't know. I think we're gonna just keep going in with the knight. Okay, they do this, but that gives us this check. They have to bring... Oh, they bring the other knight over. Interesting. I'm going to bring this knight into the attack and take this knight. And now we are completely winning here. We just take this with check. And then we can fork. We can fork the knight and the king. And get another queen. And this should be an easy... Should be a checkmate here, honestly. Pretty... Oh, we took all the pieces. Didn't matter. Alright, well, that's pretty cool, right? That's pretty cool. We beat the first boss. $18 means we can finally afford this Amazon, which, if you remember, the Amazon works as a queen and a knight. So we want to put the Amazon right there, I think. And then I think I'll get another knight, right? Maybe we go knight meta. That being said, this pawn is undefended, isn't it? So maybe we want to figure out a way to defend it. How would I do that though? These are defended, these are defended. And that should work. Something of this caliber. And we'll go challenging again. This should be okay. We finally got our Amazon, so we're in a much more powerful position, I think. Let's get our knight out. Let's get our Amazon out. Okay. Let's throw in a check. The knight blocks. Let's put another attacker on the knight. Let's trade. They have to take back with the other knight. They don't have to. They could have taken back with the pawn, but it's not as... This is more concrete, maybe? Well, maybe, actually. In this position, I'm not exactly sure. But obviously, they maybe didn't want to double their pawns. Because they're a computer. So let's pawn this. Let's pin this even more. We could take this pawn, but then the rook comes in, and we don't necessarily enjoy that. So maybe we play this move, so that now if we take this back rank is defended by this pawn chain, but they protect with the king, so that's cool. Okay, how do we make progress here is the question. I think we can bring the knight in, and then bring the knight in again. Now we're on this square. Wait, what? Isn't this just checkmate? There's so many weird pieces in this game that I have to check and make sure that I'm right, but yeah. Alright, we won with a checkmate. It's always cool in this game to win with a checkmate instead of, you know, consecutive checks or whatever. But that works for me. Let's keep going. Alright, so we could get a rook now if we want to. We could also get another promotion coin, which I think is maybe even more valuable. And then we can get a pawn demotion coin. I think this is kind of smart, right? Because we can just get our coins now. And then we can get whatever, right? So how do I want to do this now? I think I want to get the Empress out quickly. If I did that, well, can't I just take that? No, I can't because there's a man here. So if I demote this to a pawn, now I'm threatening this camel. Camel goes there. Let's pin the camel. Okay, they're ready to get bishops and stuff out. They do have a lot of pieces. That's a little bit concerning. Let's get our knight out. This camel isn't actually threatening anything. Well, it's threatening, technically it's threatening this pawn, but our Amazon is actually there to take back. So, let's continue. Knight in. Okay. Let's trade the knight for the camel. I think that's a good trade for us. We can't take the camel just yet. It's protected by the bishop. So maybe we centralize our Amazon and protect this pawn at the same time. Oh, now there's another camel, which is concerning. Huh. I think we just move back, right? I mean, eventually we'd want to go here and pin this king maybe, but I knew that they were going to make this pawn push, so we'd be kicked immediately. I'm going to ask this camel where it wants to go. Okay. It lets us trade off for it, which is pretty solid. Let's get our other knight in the game. And, you know, in these positions where we have a lot less pieces, we really just want to, in this game particularly, right, we really just want to take out as many of our opponent's pieces as we can manage. So What if I froze this dark squared bishop? I mean, it wouldn't help us really, would it? They just bring another one in? But it would leave them tied down. I think we do this because now they're tied down to... What is this thing even threatening? Let's just kick this as well. Yeah, it goes back. And now, how do we make progress here? I guess pawn here, and if they don't do anything about it, then we promote to a queen. Oh, I mean, this, they just play. This is a nice little square for our... No, because this will take... Arrgh. Those darn camels, man. If we go here with the knight, we're threatening to take this man for free. The man moves, but now that the man moves, maybe now we get this queen in the game, and she pins the man and attacks the pawn. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We'll trade these knights off. This bishop's frozen, so it can't take our queen back. This camel goes to attack our queen. But we can just move back to maybe here. This pawn attacks our Amazon. We're just going to step in the same way we were talking about. Okay, takes. Takes. Now we're pinning this camel. And we were on this. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. It's slow. I think I need to bring the courtesan in if I want to do this sort of the most simple way possible. Let's pin that bishop. Take this pawn. Okay, what is this threatening? Nothing. But we can't bring the Amazon here. We'll be taken by the camel. Okay. But what if I just back the Amazon up and give a check this way? The man blocks. Okay. Let's continue with our courtesan. Doesn't this just sacrifice a piece? Yep. Okay. I think maybe the computer understands that they've lost now. Yeah. Because, I mean, or maybe they just hung a piece. I mean, I don't know how strong these computers are. It's only round 2 or whatever. But that just hung the camel, man. We could get a camel of our own. But I'll be honest, I'm not really a huge fan of the camel. We could also get a man, which is nice. We could get a man and an archer, which doesn't sound too bad. Huh. I guess we re-roll as much as I don't want to re-roll. And then I'll take this rook, maybe. It's going to be weird doing this without the coins, but we use the coins so much, it's just... You know what I mean? I don't want to do that every game and just spam coins, because I think it's quite easy to win that way. Now, to be fair, we're going up in difficulty every time, so maybe that's okay, but... Okay. I'm just looking for a weak point in their position. Let's get our knight out, because if we're going to sack anything, it's going to be a knight. Okay. Let's play a sort of pseudo opening here. Other knight out. I mean, I like this, that we start with the rook here. It's as if we've already castled and we have two knights defending our king. Let's start getting the Amazon in. What's this guy threatening? Not much. Not much indeed. Let's get the courtesan over here. If he takes, then we freeze this camel. Yeah, didn't think that they would go for that. I mean, we can have some presence in the center. Oh wow, they trade with me? They trade the camel for a knight. Okay. Oh, this is the unstable boss. Uh-oh. We have an unstable Amazon now. That's not good. To be honest, this is a little bit tough without the coins. But I wanted to challenge myself, you know? Just a tad. Let's move the courtesan in. Yeah. Courtesan's so good, just threatening to freeze their pieces. In fact, I think I'm going to continue to bring the courtesan in. We'll take this pawn. This camel isn't threatening much. So let's just keep going. I think we can get them to trade here. The bishop for the knight. They do. Okay. We're happy about that, I think. Now we just need to get this knight out of here, I think. So let's attack the camel first and get him to go back. Oh, they take? They wanted to make our rook unstable. That makes sense. But we are... If I get this pawn to promote, there's really not much that they can do. They finally bring this knight in. Question is, do I care? If I go here, they take the rook. I attack the knight. I don't want to waste my Amazon. We'll take this. We'll take the knight. I mean, we'll take that trade. We have an unstable king, which is sort of tricky. Let's get the courtesan in even more. And even more. So now we've got... She's got an outpost, and she freezes this camel and these pawns. So these bishops can only develop out this way. I could take this pawn with the Amazon, but it would be risky. Oh no, I couldn't even if I wanted to, because there's a man there. Let's get our pawns on light squares, because the only pieces that we're dealing with now are dark squared bishops. And then let's just make... Oh, I forgot. It's unstable. We don't want to take with our king, do we? Yeesh. That's tough, man. When everything's unstable, how do you... I guess you just have to either risk it or get a checkmate, right? The man moves. Let's give a check. Oh, this is tough. Can our king move here? No, because of the man. I think we have to risk it, right? Oh, where's my Amazon? Okay. Oh, okay. We risked it. We're happy. Okay, okay, okay. Now we can freeze this bishop too. The only issue is that, well, we'll see. They pin this. We have to take. Oh, oh, it hurts having to do. Wait, what's wrong with this guy? Oh, wait, why is he red? Oh, he's in check. Oh, because of this. Okay, let's just move back. This is tough without the promotion coins, right? This is really tough. We have to go this way because we can't. And I think we're going to have to risk our king as well, which is tough. The man comes in. We can check here. This is also a check. Maybe we can win by consecutive checks, right? Yeah, because they have basically nowhere to go. I mean, they could go here. No, they can't because we're also a knight. Oh, that was tough, guys. That was tough. I will say that was tough. I'm glad we have the consecutive check rule because without those promotion coins, boy, is it difficult. It is really difficult. Or just the consumables in general. Maybe we do take this ice machine because it's getting tough now. I'll take this archer, I think, also. And then just put it sort of right here in the middle. Let's see what we can do, y'all. That was tough. It was because I didn't realize about the unstable thing that made it so much more difficult. We had to risk our Amazon at least once, right? Okay, let's do our opening. Our sort of pseudo castle here. Looks nice and safe on our side. D4. E4. Let's get the courtesan in and close to the center. Takes. Should we freeze this queen? I don't know that we should. Say I do this with the rook. If the queen takes, then I can freeze it with the courtesan. Are they willing to risk that? No, they're not. Okay. Because I was going to say, I could just say the queen took here because it's not defended. I just bring the courtesan back, freeze the queen, and then just come take it with the king or a knight or something. That works for me. Let's start getting our archer involved. We can just take that. Our archer attacks without moving. They can take this. I don't care. That's not threatening anything, really. Let's put more pressure on this knight that's in front of the queen. Queen moves out of the way. So how about this? How about we attack the queen? Queen comes out. And now we're threatening to nearly trap the queen here. What's the best way to do it, though, is the question, huh? If I play rook here, we might play a brilliant move in this game. So if I play rook here, pawn takes, archer takes, queen would have to move over. But what if I change the move order and start pushing this pawn? I don't know. Maybe that's a bit too advanced for this game. I could do this sort of knight here. Queen can't go back to these two squares, so the queen would have to move to one of these two squares. Let's do this. Queen moves in. What is she looking to do, though? Can't I just scoot over with the courtesan? Yeah, she goes this way. She's threatening my knight. Oh, okay. That's fine, I suppose. Let's bring the knight back then. They could have taken it with the rook, but our archer can take back without being sacrificed himself. So we really weren't threatened there, per se. So now we can threaten the queen again. And they pinned... Okay, so they attacked this so that they could pin our Amazon to this. So maybe we move the Amazon out the way now. And then now this threat is still on. They take... We're going to take towards the... Usually you'd take towards the center, but with this passed pawn, I don't feel comfortable doing that in this weird variant. We can start coming in with this knight to threaten the queen even more if they allow it. They could take this pawn, but again, we have an archer, so we're not necessarily worried about that. Let's fork the queen and the rook. Perfect. I mean the queen and the king. Let's get our rook active. They take with this pawn. Doesn't this just drop this pawn, though? I don't think I'm missing anything. Drops the pawn. Okay. And then we just... Hold on. Want to make sure there's not a better way. There is. Because we can bring the Amazon in, give check to the king, and protect the rook. Yes. Okay, so now the king goes back. I mean, we're kind of making some plays, right? Now that we're not relying so much on the promotion coins. Because let's be honest, they're kind of busted. So is this checkmate? It is. Okay. It's so funny because I know I can see the tactics, but I have to check them 2 or 3 times because I'm looking at these pieces and I'm just... Is there a man around? You know, is there something going on with the pieces? Knight moves are considered to be jumps and cannot be blocked. So the princess moves as a knight and a bishop. Let's try the bishop for once, right? I mean the princess. That could be fun. Challenging again. I mean, we've got our whole lineup at this point. Special rules. If your opponent takes... Oh, wait. Oh, this isn't a boss. I was like, what? Okay, we're saving up our ice coins for the boss, I think. Which means we want to beat this without using them. So let's get our pseudo castle in. They take immediately. Wow. We'll take towards the center. Get our other knight involved. Okay, they're pushing this pawn a lot. So let's do this. Open a file for our rook. Pin the man to the king. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Fianchetto this princess. Okay. We can get this archer in. and start threatening pieces that way. So now if I move the archer here, we can start taking min. I guess we'll just take back here. Yeah, we can just take that for free. We'll take this man. We'll take that man. We'll take this pawn. This archer is so strong. Oh my gosh. I knew the archer was strong in theory, but jeez, right? Let's move here. We're threatening the rook. Okay. Check. Okay. This princess can take this rook. So I think we'll do that. Now we're threatening a fork. Yo, we're making some plays right now. We're making some plays in this game. Okay, so they bring the man to defend, but the archer is strong against the man. We just take the man anyway. They can take our rook, but then we fork them. And we get the rook back. Oh my goodness, guys. We're making plays. Wait, what happened to my Amazon? Did I sack it instead of the princess or something? Maybe I'm not paying attention. That's on me. That is on me. Let's chase this rook away with the courtesan. Chase it away even more. Freeze it. Okay. Oh, wait. We can't go that way. We have to go this way. Okay. We froze the rook. This king is in jail. This king can't go anywhere. So, okay, let's get our pawns moving. And let's get our king in here. We could come over here and just flat out take this rook. There's not much they can do about that necessarily. They're attacking this pawn. I think we just let them take it. Not the end of the world. I'm just so glad that we've been able to do this without relying too much on some of the more broken pieces, you know? Okay, now we get the courtesan in here and we chase down this man. Right? Okay, let's block this bishop. Send it running, crying home. Okay, and that just hangs the bishop. Yep. Gotcha. You have to be careful not to stalemate here, actually. So we'll go down here. We'll move this guy back, I think, so we can go take the man. We do take the man. Okay, we win on score. That was fun. I'm glad that we're, you know, it's easy to do this sort of meta strategy, so to speak, and just make it so that you have as many coins as you need to win or whatever. But I really enjoy this idea of just reasoning it out, you know, with what you have. Because we have just about enough, you know what I mean? At least it seems that way. Pawns in min now promote to Amazons. Okay. Pawns revive in the first empty square found after being dead for 2 turns. Only 1 pawn can be revived at a time. Can only activate 6 times per match. I think we take the zombie pawns, right? A few extra pawns could be huge for us, especially if this is an unstable boss. What do they got? Okay. This is the enemy cannon. Creates an explosion where it takes. I think we just immediately freeze that. I mean, maybe one of these days we'll actually... Yeah, I'm going to freeze the queen too. Maybe one of these days we'll actually see what the cannon's all about, but that just sounds busted, right? Not much to say about that. Let's fiend Shadow the Princess. Okay. Regular knight move. Let's get our knight involved. Let's play a solid opening. Takes. Takes. The pawn went over here. That's actually fine. More defense for our king. Let's get the archer involved even more. They want to take here, that's fine. I'm going to take this. Take back with the rook. Player turn. We'll just move in this way. We're threatening the rook down there. We'll take it. The man can take back. We'll take this pawn. Yeah. Yeah. We'll use the Amazon, pin the archer to the king. Move it out the way, discover check. Take this pawn. And yeah, we'll take this pawn. What's the best way to convert this? Maybe this, rook down. Check. Mate. Okay. Oh my gosh, we won. Okay, wow. We ran right through it. I guess next time maybe we'll attempt to beat the cannon on even terms. I guess I just didn't realize that that was the last boss or whatever. But yeah, I think we played well in this one, right? I think that it was we had a lot of moves that we made, tactics and things that we normally don't see in this game because we sort of just use our head to, we use our head to in the shop to make a busted build so that we don't have to think. But it was fun in this one just saying, oh, I reject most of these coins. I just want to play, right? And we won. So yeah. Anyways, this was a fun run of En Passant. If you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. I actually just got my first subscriber, so shout out to you. And yeah, feel free to subscribe to the channel. This is Relax, Enjoy Chess, where we relax and we enjoy chess. We play variants and roguelikes and we can do puzzles and variants, anything, and just have fun and have chill chess runs. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, feel free to subscribe. This is a positive environment, and yeah, see you next time.